What's up, Teen Talks fam? It's your host, Serenity, and I'm here with.
Ever.
Deshaun B.
Your boy, the Juice.
Your boy DJ Day in the building.
KK.
It's your boy B Shaw.
And it's Donnie in the building.
Well, thank you all for tuning into our show. Family is a group of people who love and care for each other. They're the most important influence in a child's life, from the first moments to their last day. However, to others, it has nothing to do with genes, but everything to do with love, compassion, and support. The definition of the word family can mean many things to many people. So, Deshaun, what does family mean to you?
To me, I feel like family is just the definition of somebody who is supposed to love you unconditionally, no matter what that looks like, no matter what situation may come about. I feel like if we always keep that in mind, it's like we would never really have family feuds. We're much stronger together than divided. So that's how I always feel about family. So I never try to break our trust, because trust is like a wine glass. Once you break it, you can't really put that back.
Okay, I definitely see what you're talking about. Kayla, what does family mean to you?
Like a built-in set of friends, people who are supposed to be your friends, but not only that, to me, they're supposed to be the ones to guide you in life. So for me, I value what my family has to say to me more than I value what my friends have to say to me, or like people who just see me on the street, because I feel like they've known you since you were a baby. So they know you, they know your true self, so they should be able to give you the best advice and to be able to be there when you fall. So I see my family as just a built-in support system and people who are supposed to guide me through this life.
Okay, I definitely see that. Donald, how important do you think communication is in families?
Communication is definitely important in family to talk about many problems. It's always, like I said before, I said it a couple months ago. It's always good when a parent apologizes to the kids. You know, if they're wrong, if they know they're wrong, you know, it's okay to communicate and talk to them, not at them. It's not what you say, it's just how you say it. It's all about respect at the end of the day. So
I see that. How about you, DJ Day? How important do you think communication is in families?
Like, communication is key in any relationship, right? You know, if you can't communicate, then how are you gonna know how each other is feeling? You know, how are you gonna know how the situation, you know, how the waters are, you know, how the temperature is. So communication is for sure key. Most definitely.
I definitely feel that. So, what kind of communication patterns do you believe your family fits into most? Conversational or conformality? And for those who don't know, conversational is the ones of open and closed type of conversation that you guys can talk about. And conformality is more so like just respecting your elders. Like basically you have to respect your elders and certain beliefs that's in your family. How about you, Brandon?
I feel like it's a little bit of both. Definitely, we do have conversations that are important and personal conversations. So yes, I say a little bit of both.
Okay. How about you, Ever?
I think all families are a little bit of both. It's just like the real difference is just the ratio between the two.
Mm-hmm.
But personally speaking, I would say my family is a bit more conversational. Like my parents, they're always telling me like I can open up to them, I can talk to them about anything.
All right. Donald, I see you have something to say.
Okay, so like growing up, you know, the whole respect your elders thing. Me personally, I kind of don't like that. I kind of like the whole communication thing, like growing up. But I do understand that's how my parents was brought up. Like my parents was brought up like, okay, you do as I say, whoop de whoop this, and then that's how we go. I definitely, I definitely respect and I definitely understand. But you know, it's 2020, things got to change, and as you get older, you know, things starting to switch over to, you know, more of a conversation type of thing, and it's more so not really a lecture. It's just, you know, giving wisdom, having, you know, two parents that's of age, and then, approaching wise, the wisdom years and everything.
Mhm.
But, it's definitely good to have someone to just pour in the knowledge that, that they've been through before.
Okay. Kayla, you have something to say?
Yeah, I was just listening to Donnie and I was like, I completely feel that the whole respect thing, because for me, when I was a kid, I was always very I guess I don't want to say the word mature because people make fun of it, but I was very mature when I was my age. So I was
Mhm.
very cognizant of when people, especially adults, were being disrespectful to me. And me and my mom always had that type of relationship where I would come to her and I would basically be like, I don't like how they talk to me. And if they say something, I'm gonna say something. Like me and my mom had that type of relationship. And I just feel like Donnie said, me when it comes to like my main family, so my mom, my grandmother, my grandfather, like I respect them. I always come with them with like, okay, tell me what to do so I don't mess up and I stay in line. But these other people in my family, like we don't know each other like that. You're gonna have to come with me with some respect because it's not just given to you. So if you say something to me, don't expect me to be quiet. I might say something. So
Mhm.
I operate in the same type of way where it's like it's a respect thing when it comes to family.
I definitely feel that because there is some family who automatically think, since you're younger than them or since you're a kid, stay in a kid's place or you gotta respect me regardless. Not if you disrespecting me, you ain't finna get that. So I definitely see where you guys both are coming from. So how important do you think for families to adapt to the new era, Lawrence?
What was the question again?
I said, how important do you think that for families to adapt to the new era?
Um,
Mhm.
I would say it's pretty much similar to Donnie's last answer. I would pretty much say that for like children around the world, it might be new to them, but like if it comes to parents like older, they might experience, pain and other I just don't know how to say it, but it's
I get what
I
you're
don't
coming
know.
from. I get what you're coming from. We're gonna have somebody help you out. Brandon, do you think you can help him out?
Yeah, I got him for sure. Uh, I feel like it's most definitely important for families to adapt because things are not the same way that it was a while ago. When whether it's your parents or even their parents were growing up, different principles were not the same. Now, obviously, there's some things today that we could work on that should be kind of like the older days, but for sure they should be able to adapt to the new era because a lot of things back then are not okay now.
I definitely feel that. Deshaun, what do you have to say about families adapting? Because I know sometimes you are about that little old school life.
I feel like what it is we're able to adapt to them, but they don't truly adapt to us. And it was only because we was brought up around them that we able to know how to maneuver between the two. But it's like when we try to bring over what we know to them, they're not so receptive of that. It's like they don't know. They look at us like we don't know what we talking about, and we the ones that's actually living it. So that's why I
Mm.
feel like that's why they need to really kind of change they level of thinking and their
Mhm.
level of what they feel like is and what's not impossible. Because I always tell them like, what was the starting point for you is not the starting point for me, and the
Oh,
resources that you had is not what I have. So you can't justify your decision based on something you had because you're not looking at what I got to even say if I can do it or not.
oh, I see. I look. We're here. I understand.
We
Ever,
all
you
here.
said you had something to say?
Yeah, like I understand that a lot of families have like rigid tradition and like very old school beliefs, and I can respect that, but I do not really think it's fair to like essentially like force that onto the next generation, especially when almost like every generation after the present one tries to differentiate themselves and express themselves differently. So my whole thinking is it's fine to attempt to pass that belief and tradition on to the next generation, but do not be shocked if it doesn't stick.
I completely understand. Lawrence, we're gonna come back to you because I know you was having problems with what you were gonna answer. So go ahead and let us know.
It's basically similar to Brandon's. All I'm saying is, back in the day when our parents was born and stuff like that, there wasn't really no technology that we have right now. So I just feel like it's, hard for like elders to, experience new technology. So that's how I feel.
So I'm definitely gonna go back to what Donald said and all this because I feel like this is like what everybody basically saying. Like how he said that, for us, we don't get apologized to. We don't get it like Kayla said, we don't get the credibility that we should receive. It's always, oh, or they try to brush it off if we get upset. Oh, you want to come down for dinner? Like that type of stuff. Like we're always getting brushed off. And then they want to talk about, we don't come talk to them. But if we try to talk to them about it, we're either showing attitude or we're doing this, it's never a balanced scale between that. And I feel like that's something that we really have to work on. And we have to break that into our next family. Go ahead, Kayla.
Who told y'all to preach this morning?
Right, because we really are. But I just want to say for me, it's mostly when it comes to people, like I said, who are not in my immediate family. And I feel like one toxic part about being a part of a family with very progressive generations is that sometimes it can come off as competing. So a lot of the times they don't want to get your advice. They don't want to get to know what you're doing because it's like, oh, you think you better than me? Oh, you think you just know everything now since you this and you that? And it's like, no, like I'm just growing up and I'm learning a lot more and I can either pull you along with me or you can stay where you at. But don't make me feel some type of way because I'm here and you just there. Like, and I hate that part about being in a family where it's like they use those old things of respect to try to make you feel small. And it's like, no, I'm not going to be small just to make you feel comfortable around me. That's not how respect works. So.
Or the asking of the help. And then when you try to help them, and then they be like,
they get mad.
Whatever. You know what? So I understand we all had a lot to say, but we're just going to move on to the next question. So how important do you guys believe that speaking positivity into our younger generation is? I'm going to have Juice, go ahead and answer that for me.
What was the question again? Sorry.
How important do you believe that speaking positivity into our younger generation?
I would say it's a good thing because how it's I would pretty much say it's a good thing because teaching about young kids around the world and what's going on. I just feel like it's I don't know.
Let me get up in there and help my man Juice.
Go ahead.
It's important for us to be educating our youth because we're the ones that get them the motivation that they need. They looking at us because that's the next thing that they're going to see do it. They can't look at our parents no more because they've already done it. The next best thing is us. So that's why it's very important to each one teach one and not have a selfish mindset because when we were that age, we wanted the same opportunities and nobody would give it to us. So when you get in that position to be able to give back, always give back what you felt like when you ain't had nothing.
I felt that. DJ Day, how important do you think it is to speak positivity onto our younger generation?
I think that's key, to motivate. I all my younger cousins and everybody, I just try to give them the most positive advice. I can give them any kind of game, whatever it is, just to, keep them fresh. Like, cause like Deshaun say, they look up to us, they want to be something like us. So it's like, you just want to give them, you just want to guide them into the, the right direction. And cause you already been there, you've been 13, 12, you've been their age before. So it's just like, you just you want them to be better than you at the end of the day. So you just
I understand.
Yeah.
Look, completely. Ever, what you had to say about this?
I think when it comes to speaking positivity towards the next generation, it's not just a family thing. It's just like a people thing. Because I know for a fact I would not be the person I am now if I didn't have so many people telling me to run after my passions and things like that. And I am often in the dark on like a lot of subjects. So like when I encounter something I don't know that someone else seems to be passionate about. Like I try my best and like offer like my uninformed opinion, if for nothing else than to just validate them.
I completely understand. And like Deshaun said, he said it's a culture thing. To me, I feel like it definitely starts within the family, because if you're always talking down to somebody, they're going to go out into the world thinking that they're not good enough or that they can't achieve that or whatever. So I really feel like it honestly starts in the family. It starts when they're young, you know, when they're be able to walk, be able to talk and all that. So I really feel like it's something that's going to grow to not only the family, that also grows into the outer world, but we just honestly just got to work on it all together, to be honest. And so Donald, do you feel like you have to be blood to be family?
Do you have to be blood to be family? There's boundaries, you know, there's lines. Like once you cross that line, you know, there's a certain imaginary line. Once you cross that line, it's just, you know, it's like a wine glass, you know. Once it breaks, it's hard to fix. Like
I see you guys using that term very, very fluently, and now that I see it, I get it.
Facts. You can't put it back together.
You really can't.
You can't.
So, what about you, Deshaun? Do you feel like that you have to be blood to be considered family?
No, I definitely don't. And I honestly wish some of my friends were family, because I feel like we would have an even stronger relationship, because even as a friend, you have boundaries. When you my family, there ain't no boundaries. There's no such thing as you playing too much. We family. So that's why I really enjoy that family bond, because it's like they don't take nothing to heart. You know how I truly am as a person, you know my character. So you should never ever misconstrue something I'm saying to you if you're looking at me as family, because family is never supposed to hurt you. We tell you stuff that you don't want to hear, but that don't mean we trying to hurt you.
Okay, I see where you're going with this. So Kayla, how do you feel from the phrase, I don't like this family member, but I love them?
That'd be my catchphrase. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. That'd be my catchphrase. I'd be like, I don't like them, this cousin, but that's my family and I love them to death. And I feel like it all goes back to that instant bond. Like, you're my family member. I never want to see you down. I never want to see you hurt. I never want to see you sad. Like, I really want you to win. And of course, like, if something happens to you, I'm going to be crushed. And the same thing can be said for a friend, but I feel like with family, it's almost like part of you feels like there's that requirement to be with them through everything. Whereas a friend, you know, that person, you chose them and you just feel like you made a mistake of choosing them. Whereas your family, there's no mistakes with them being in your life. They're supposed to be in your life. So I think sometimes it can come off mean, but not everybody's not for everybody. And I think that goes with family too. If you just have a family member who you just can't get right with, it's okay. But that love and that genuine support for them can always still be there.
I completely understand. Ever, you said that you had something to say.
What I think is, I feel like people, like first place, are like entitled to, you know, go about their own families however they want. But personally, I think it's entirely possible to love someone you don't really like, because you might be that person or you might have them in your family, but I keep hearing a lot where, like, you know, there's this, man, I got this one relative, I don't really like him, but if he was getting beat down, I would jump in, you know.
I completely understand, and I feel like that's with a whole lot of family, you know. We definitely, is like you know, we might not like the things that they do, but like Kayla said, their family, we love them. And I understand that family is a huge hot topic, but that's all we have all for today. Thank you for tuning into Teen Talk. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Teen Talk Vegas 881, and also to check